conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Hello and welcome to Living in Your Purpose. I am Dr. Pat. It is my pleasure today. This week I've been actually spotlighting female entrepreneurs that's actually making a difference in our community. So two of my special guests today are ladies that I am spotlighting. To my right I have Miss Shelby Franklin.
Hello.
With Doe Valley Academy. And to my left I have Miss Michelle with Shea by Shell. So we're going to jump right in, because we don't have a lot of time and there's so much I want to talk to them about and just get engaged and to also let you know about their products and what they have to offer and how you can get it. So we're going to start with Miss Shelby Franklin. Who is Shelby Franklin?
Shelby Franklin is the owner of Doe Valley Academy. I have been in business for a year now, and honestly Shelby has grown with the company from baby steps to giant scales of what income could be. And I feel as though with growing with my company, it allowed me to be a better person. It allowed me to actually do more for my company because I'm helping people. And not only am I helping people, I'm helping kids. Kids to me are so beneficial because they're grateful. They're grateful on all levels, no matter what the level may be. It may be small to you, but it's huge to them. Absolutely. So I feel as though that's the best purpose I have. No one can pay you for when the light bulb goes off in their head. No
right.
one.
That's true. Miss Michelle,
Yes.
Shay by Shell.
Shay by
Who
Shell.
is Michelle?
Michelle is excited, and I am a mom of 3 beautiful little girls. I think they're watching.
Oh.
Hi, girls. I work full time,
Okay.
Monday through Friday, and then I clock out from my corporate job and clock into Shay by Shell.
Okay.
Shay by Shell was originated in my kitchen, and it was meant for my girls and I to have something that kept us hydrated, that didn't have a lot of chemicals in it. And it went from whipping on Facebook Live to here in a matter of like 4 months.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about that.
Well, you beat me to my question. All right. Miss Shelby,
Yes.
tell me about Doe Valley Academy.
Doe Valley Academy is a tutoring service that does one-on-one attention, in person or virtually, depending on what the kid wants, honestly. We service DeKalb County, Fulton County, Stockbridge County, Henry County, sorry. And we also give the child a reason to want to have education in their life, honestly, because you hear so many times, school is boring, I don't want to go today, or the famous line, my stomach hurts. So we try to avoid all that by making school fun and making you want to see me the next day, or letting a child know, like, hey, I want to see you tomorrow, or I want you to know that I care about you and your well-being. And that's the hugest part about that, because their well-being is so much more because they're so small and they don't understand the fears and things that the collateral damage around them, honestly. So it's the fact of make sure I have that safe haven for them to enrich their mind with the resources that I have.
Wow, that's incredible. Moms, dads, Doe Valley Academy. You're looking, you don't want to send your kids to school and they're going to be homeschooled. Hey, Doe Valley Academy can get them where they need to be and keep their grades where they need to be. So she'll be giving you more information about it before the program is over. Miss Michelle.
Yes.
Tell us about your products and exactly what you do.
Okay, so we have about 9 products. We have, and I brought them here. Is it okay if I show everybody?
Absolutely.
So we have whipped shea butter, which is it's starting. The base is just 100% African shea butter. And then I add a special combination of jojoba oil, avocado oil, and vitamin E oil.
Oh, wow.
All of those are great for moisture, and they help you retain it. So that's in every single product except for the rose water and the gel.
So it's like a vitamin for your skin.
It is.
Wow.
Okay.
And it's important to hydrate. And that was, like I said, my most important thing is with 4 women in one house, or 1 woman and 3 little women, we have different skin types, different hair types, and there were a lot of products that have, their base is alcohol, which will dry you out.
It does.
It will strip your hair follicles of all of the natural oil. So, me and my eczema and my mouth psoriasis around the hairline couldn't take it anymore.
Okay.
And so I did a lot of research. All of the research and development for Shay by Shell is done by me.
Okay.
A lot of research and a lot of trial and error, and we have this. So I'm really excited about that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, before we go any further, I want you guys to tell me your story. Everybody has a story to what brought them into their purpose. So I'm going to start with Miss Shelby Franklin. Tell me what caused you to start and be so passionate about educating our children and making sure that they really are learning and fun is learning for them.
Growing up, I have a family of educated individuals, from teachers, lawyers, insurance agents, military professionals. It just depends. So I've always been in an upbringing where it was all about education, but at the same time, it's the small things that we forget of the nurturing part. Not saying that there's nothing wrong with educational and doing it, but it has to be a break, because you also want a kid to be a kid. You want them to develop the life skills that they have at a younger age, so they're not behind the learning curve, honestly, because when you put reality and education together, it's a whole different ball game, honestly. And when kids see that oh, well, you started here and now you're here. Why? Because of my background. My family honestly made sure that we did things. I went to the Olympics. I went to Disney World. We did a lot of things to keep us and our mind going, so we were abreast of things that were going on around us. There was a lot of things in life that I didn't know was so important as a kid that I learned that now help me in tremendous ways, like different phrases or, laugh now, cry later. It's a lot of things, even with karma. It's a lot of different things that you teach kids at a younger age so they establish that more in their mind. So with even coming up, I can say this, I wouldn't say strict upbringing, but an upbringing that gave me boundaries to be successful because I know where and how far to go, but I knew that those resources were there because of the people in my family. And I don't want kids outside of what I had to not have that, building blocks of resources or people in the community that they can reach out to in order to succeed in whatever they want to do.
Okay.
So I feel like that was huge for me. So I just feel like my family background was honestly the stepping stone to what I have for now.
Okay, so am I correct with saying that the manipulatives that you use are not just
Correct.
They're all, you use all different type of things.
Correct.
Okay, I like that. Okay, Miss Michelle, tell
That
me
was
what
hurtful.
brought you into your purpose.
I always
hurt
say
them.
that Shay by Shell
ready
saved
for
my
that.
creative life. There was a time not too long ago where I needed to see a therapist twice a week. I was on a medical leave from work. I took one of those twice. There are a lot of things that were going on. I told you a little bit of the story. We lost my youngest daughter's dad, my fiance, to gun violence in 2018.
My God.
And then I lost, don't tell anybody I said this, but my favorite aunt to gun violence just a couple of months later. And so I got into this habit of just getting through the day. The kids are going to school, I'm going to work, we're eating, but there was not a lot of anything outside of grief. And please don't put that in your mouth. It's my 4-year-old. I'm like, mommy. And so when quarantine hit, I was super excited because I'm a homebody.
Okay.
I don't socialize a lot, but it gave me an opportunity to reset and really think about what I felt I needed to feel fulfilled. So, I mean, I love my children. They are probably the absolute best thing that's ever happened to me. But it wasn't enough. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to revamp everything. So I cut my hair short. I started my locks April 11. And then Shay by Shell came maybe 2 weeks later. And it's been a lot of fun. I am learning a ton, and I think that's the best part about this whole thing is the research. And
Wow.
I was telling Shelby earlier, I know my computer is sick of me because I'm researching this and dragging and dropping this. But to put a positive spin on it, I found something that made me feel good. I use all of my products myself. My kids use the products. A lot of my family and friends use the products. And it feels good. It's like, hey, I use this and I feel great, or my hair is super soft, or one of my clients, she was the very first one to purchase, texted me and was like, don't tell anybody, but my stretch marks are getting lighter, my dark spot. And I'm
wow.
like, oh, I mean, that's amazing.
Yes.
I just didn't want my skin to be dry.
Wow.
And
Wow.
here we are. So it's been fun.
And it's true. I use the product myself, and I promise you, I get up 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're feeling sluggish, but when I take that rose oil and I spray, it's like I'm refreshed. It has woke me up. So, yeah, I definitely love your product.
That's great.
Well, guys, I'm going to ask you this. I'm big on purpose, living in your purpose. And just, I understand that God knew our purpose before he formed us in the womb.
Right.
So when he formed us in the womb, we were supposed to already be walking and knowing our purpose. How do you feel about that, Miss Shelby?
I feel great about that because you were born with everything you need, and I feel like your intuition will lead you into your purpose no matter where you go your purpose will always follow you. It's just your job to listen to it, or, you know, be calm enough to understand this is what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, absolutely. Michelle?
I agree. I now, you know, there's a saying that God only gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. Or I may not be saying that the right way.
Oh, girl, but it's so true. I say it all the time. God must be think I'm Hercules. I'm Samson.
Sometimes I'm like, hey, Lord.
That's
Real
enough.
quick.
Sir.
I know I got it, but not right now.
Yes.
And so I'm very open about mental health, and I try not to use the phrase mental illness. I'm very open about my journey from my diagnosis with PTSD through going to therapy 4 times a week versus once a month now. And I feel like my journey is to be the liaison between not really knowing how things affect us and the advocate for getting help. That's one thing that's not really big in our community, is we don't go to therapy, we don't see a doctor. I've even had someone tell me that she's never met a black woman that's been diagnosed with PTSD.
Oh, wow.
Before me, I didn't either.
Really?
But understanding the symptoms and the signs, I know a lot of people with PTSD that have never been diagnosed.
Well, there's someone that I want you to meet. She'll actually be in town Friday evening. She's going to be on my radio program. Her name is Miss Felicia. She's flying in from out of Chicago.
Yes, Miss
She
Felicia.
is a therapist, mental health,
Okay.
life coach,
Yes, ma'am.
and all around just woman of God, I promise you. And I speak to her on a daily basis because she keeps me uplifted. I've been through so much, and it's just to have that person that I can call and say, hey, this was an awesome day,
Right.
girl. Let me tell you about my blessings.
Right.
And you know what?
You feel
That's
secure.
what Miss Felicia is, and I can't wait. And you know, maybe I can link you guys up, and she can just talk to you
That'd be
because
great.
she just talks. Not putting you where, oh well, you're the patient, I'm the therapist. I know, no. She talk you through it. And that's what she does. And I mean, she's truly living in her purpose with that, and she's very passionate about it.
I can't wait to
So
meet her.
definitely I will do that. So, Miss Shelby,
Yes.
tell me, what has shaped you to be the individual that you are today?
Getting over my own personal fears.
Okay.
Facing my fears head on and understanding that I'm the best advocate for myself. And I know the vision that I want, and standing up for myself, I think, honestly shaped me, and honestly the support I have around me. I never knew how deep the support was until I showed them what I was doing.
Wow.
It was very, honestly, breathtaking and very sentimental for me.
Okay, before I go to you, Michelle, we have to pay the bills. So we're going to go to break, and we're living in our purpose.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom, Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom, Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta.
Good afternoon, and we're back to Living in Our Purpose, and I am Dr. Pat. Once again, I have my lovely guests here, Miss Shelby Franklin and Miss Michelle with Shay by Shell. All right, Miss Shell,
Yes.
I want to know, what has shaped you into being the individual that you are now?
A lot of pain.
Elaborate.
Let me please.
Yes.
That, like you said earlier, we all have a story.
Yes.
And if I'm being absolutely honest and candid, this almost didn't happen. Sometimes life gets so hard, even wanting to feel better and wanting to do better is super, super hard. A lot of people do not come out of that darkness. And I'll tell a story. It's a really short one. But after we lost Joseph and my Aunt Jocelyn, prior to, I had already paid for a cruise. I'm going to go to Mexico for 7 days. Just relax. No kids, no dogs, no work, no nothing. Well, the cruise was August of 2018. At the beginning of the year, it was completely horrible. So I planned to go on this cruise and not come back. I know.
Oh my.
It was really hard when you think about
Okay.
the fear of having to raise my then 2-year-old by myself. My ex-husband is great. I love him, but it was heavy. And I didn't know what to do. So I got everything situated. I paid the bills up. So they give you this story when you're on the cruise, and so it's a 7-day cruise. And for at least a day, you're just surrounded by water. This story gets better, I promise. It's not this heavy. So I packed my best outfit, the outfit I felt my absolute best in. I did my hair the way I loved it. I did my makeup. I got my favorite Starbucks cup, and I went on the deck, and I said, when that family leaves, and that family leaves, I'm done.
Oh my God.
The darkness is so consuming. But, so I'm watching the mom and the dad, and there was a lady with her daughter, and they left, and, I said, God forgive me, but I can't. And a little tiny bird flew onto the deck.
Come on.
And so it was just the tiniest little. Now we've been on the cruise for 2 days. You see sky and you see water.
Right.
Where did this bird come from? And he flew at me, and he landed on the rail right in front of me. So I politely grabbed my Starbucks cup. I got my card to go to my room, and I found the nearest bartender. Can I please have one Bahama Mama frozen, please? And here we are. I don't know where that bird, I know where it came from, but
Over all that water.
where?
This little tiny.
Bird. And he flew away, and I didn't see him again, but that was night 2, and for the next 5 days, I had the best time of my life.
My God.
So when I say pain put me here, being able to look back, and my ex-husband has never heard this story, my kids have never heard this story, but being able to look back and see that there was not even a flicker of light in that tunnel, and now here we are, I embrace it. So pain.
I believe that pain can bring about greatness.
It can, and it did.
And you needed that. You needed that. God was like,
He said, not today.
not today,
Where you
baby.
going?
Okay.
He said,
Oh.
come on in here real quick.
I am with
wow.
you.
Right.
I
And
am with
it
you.
is I've told a couple of my closest friends, but it was, it felt like the weight of the world in 1 second was on my shoulders. And I don't know, I felt like I had failed. I had done something wrong. And then this bird came, and I named him Gopher because I named things. But Gopher came and landed on the rail, and I held my head up, and I sent up a quick apology into the atmosphere to my children and to everybody that supported me. And I had the absolute best time I've ever had on a cruise in my life.
My goodness.
And it's been up from there.
There you
Wow.
go.
Wow.
So-
Wow. Miss Shelby Franklin,
Yes.
are you walking or are you living in your purpose?
I think I bask in the essence of my purpose.
Ooh. Explain.
I love living in my purpose because I don't work in my purpose. My purpose was something that was given to me that shouldn't be work.
Absolutely.
So for me, basking in my essence of my purpose, all I can do is sit back and relax because I know what I'm doing is helping everything that I wanted. You only live
That's
as
deep.
long as the last person that remembers you.
Okay, now she gonna come on up here and be all deep and penetrating and
Because I was like,
okay. All right. Go ahead.
I just want them to understand that there's so much more values even to simple words. Like me telling you basking in my essence because I want you to know that it's extraordinary. My purpose, you can't pay me for a smile from one of my kids. I'm sorry. You can't pay me for that. And they know that. I will go hard for my kids. Every resource that I have, I call them my big guns. I'll pull out for my kids. I will not pull out for an adult.
Okay.
Because I know that kid is driven for that. That kid is fearless until I make them fear of something.
That's
That
cool.
child has to be taught something in order to fear it or hate it. There's no hate. Like I told them in the car, no question is a dumb question. If they're asking you, it's for a reason. It's because they don't understand. When parents yell at them, they even ask me, how do I get my mommy to stop yelling at me? I said, once she's done and she's calming down, I said, I don't understand why you yelled at me. Can you please help me understand? And I feel like that's a missing step even for adults because there are some adults that can't even speak or say their emotions because they're afraid of what somebody else is going to say. That doesn't exist at Doe Valley because you are your own person. I need you to stand up for yourself whether Miss Shelby is here or not. You stand for your purpose for yourself with or without me. You have it all.
Miss Shelby, you are
She's dropping knowledge.
you are great beyond belief.
Thank you.
Miss Michelle,
Yes.
are you walking or are you living in your purpose?
I am here. I will walk, run, ski, jump, slide. I am here. I am definitely living and not existing.
I know that's right.
And I hope that my girls, when they get to be my age, my early 30s, I hope that they look back and, you know, they're just like,
That's her.
remember when mommy
Your
did
legacy.
this, or remember when mommy did that? And it's so funny, Shelby, that you mentioned children asking their parents to explain to them why they're upset. I'm actually a part of a conscious parenting for Black children.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And it is all about breaking generational curses.
Okay.
And so just quarantine has really, it was just a rebirth, honestly. But that's what we do. That's what
Affirmations
hey,
are huge.
You know,
Yes.
and especially raising young Black women, you find your voice and you make it loud.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna say
Yes.
that I'm like living it. This is so, life now is so much fun. It's still a little stressful, but I was telling some people, like, I can think about everything that I've been through up till now, and I can still smile. It's so genuine because I know that as long
Never
as I
shut.
keep going, you know, like,
Yes. Keep going.
what's gonna stop me?
Nothing.
Miss Shelby, what can you tell your future self?
Other than you did that. Other than you did that. You did that. Listen, my future self will be so amazed she's gonna be sipping on the beach on something.
Something.
Chilling, but Stella got her groove back because I know for a fact my future is set. For a fact.
Okay.
Legacy is huge. Building
is.
wealth is huge for me. Not just money. I want happiness. Like I told you, you don't know what happiness is until you see happy. Happy is happy no matter where you found happy.
Yeah.
But don't ask for happiness from somebody else if you can't give it to yourself.
Come on now.
So believe me, when it comes down to self-love, my kids know that. Did you love yourself before you asked me that question first? Don't come to me. They know unless you ask yourself first. As long as you get in the car, I don't mind helping you, but you got to get in the car.
I like that.
So they
I
know.
like that. I
In order
like
for
that.
no one's willing to help you unless you're willing to help yourself.
That's so true.
You can't know your purpose from someone else.
No, you can't.
Your purpose comes from divinely from you.
That's right. It's the reason you were existed and
Yes.
created.
So yes. So my future self with my nice ring and my husband and my kids, I'm not really worried about anything because I know that the kids that I have behind me are going to make sure Michelle B is legitly straight.
I like that. I like that. Miss Michelle,
Yes.
what would you tell your future self?
Girl, we got here off shea butter. I tell my honey all the time, and one of my good friends like, can you believe this?
Made it.
Got this.
Yes.
This. Shea butter.
Faithful mustard seed.
Not shea.
Awestruck.
I'm just like shea butter. That's what I've been saying for a week. Like, I make shea butter. For real?
For real.
For real.
And shea butter is going to be your legacy.
Shea butter. Look, skin glistening, waist thinning,
Come on.
hair growing. They're gonna be like, hey, you the shea lady. Yes, I am. It's shea with a C and not an S. Shea butter. That's it. Hashtag we made it with shea butter.
Right. We use what we got to work with what we got.
I mean, honestly. Honestly.
That's cute.
Shea butter and rose water.
It's reality, but it's
Yes.
cute. I mean,
Not my college degree, not
None of
two
that.
careers, not
just going in the kitchen and whipping up some
Oh, her
stuff,
purpose,
right?
my bad. It was your
Being
purpose.
dry.
I'm sorry.
It was your
I
purpose.
I got it.
dry. Girl, can you believe you were dry like patches on your hair? I'm just saying. I mean, honestly, like think about it. Shea butter and rose water, and it's good.
It really is.
But it's shea butter and rose water. Like
That's what it is.
that's it.
Okay, ladies. Wow. Oh, you guys are getting me today. Okay, well, we're going to go on break because we got to pay some bills. We'll be back.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com, and we thank you for your time.
So many Black lives incarcerated. So many Black lives silenced. When will we stop the madness?
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
back to Living in Your Purpose. I am Dr. Pat. Miss Michelle.
Yes.
With Shea by Shell. She actually brought some products in today. So I want her to actually talk about your products for a minute. Show us exactly what you have, what you do, what you're going to be doing.
I can do that. So we have, I actually brought the men's line of the shea butter today. It is infused with sandalwood and lemongrass.
Okay.
Hold it up. Sorry. Sandalwood and lemongrass. This is for my men, because men, they work outside all day. I know.
That's
You're
some rough
tired.
feet.
Your hands rough, your feet rough, your shin rough. Take a shower or bath. Rub this on before your skin gets dry. Each order comes with, if you get the 4 ounce, you also get a cute little spoon. This is my favorite part. It's so cute. It's a spoon and you scoop it. Okay, so we have 4 ounces, and this is the Irie Love potion. We have 2 ounces, and we have 1 ounce, and then look at this. This is a cute little travel size.
Travel size.
Okay.
Toss it in your bag. And one of my girlfriends, she's a business owner. Her name is Bianca. She owns James and Jones clothing line. She got a huge order, and she's like, girl, I love it, but I need to take it with me. Like, okay. So that's where the cute little minis come from. Now, something else that I'm really excited about is the aloe vera and flaxseed gel.
And what is that for?
This is hair gel. Not to be confused with Edge Tamer.
Okay.
This is hair gel. It is literally just the 2 ingredients. Aloe vera, it's a fresh aloe vera plant, and flaxseed. And this actually came because I have locks, my daughter has locks, my honey has locks, and the buildup is the one thing that you don't want in your locks, especially my little toddler locks. So research again. Hello, YouTube University. I paid for a degree, but I learned everything off of YouTube. Just to figure out what we needed, how we could benefit from it. So this is a thing. Of course, the rose water that everybody raves about, it actually is alkaline based. I use alkaline water as the base, and organic roses.
Okay.
Now with each order of this, you get an AM and a PM. The AM is the one that you like with the lemon.
Yes.
That wakes you up, it refreshes you. This is great for hair and skin.
Yeah.
I actually start my day with rose water and the Rich and Thick hair tonic.
Yes.
And then I end my day with the nighttime, which is rosemary and lavender infused.
Okay.
It gives you a very calming sensation, and it just like transitions you into nighttime.
Oh, wow.
All of these are available on sheabyshell.com. That's CHEABYCHEL.com. I own that domain, in case you were wondering.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay.
And I must say this with a big old smile, you can also Google me, and everything is there. So let Shea by Shell lather you up. And our favorite saying is, what's on your body? Put me on your body.
Well, I like that. Okay, so you guys want your skin radiant. You see how pretty my skin is? See how pretty it is? You want your skin radiant? Shea by Shell. The products are really incredible. The lemongrass tonic is incredible. I mean, I wasn't sure exactly what you were supposed to do with it, but I was spraying it all around my neck. It smells so good. So I wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing. And so she was like, absolutely. So, I mean, that's funny. Okay, Miss Shelby. How can parents find you?
www.DoValleyAcademy.com, or they can reach me on Facebook at Doe Valley Academy, or Instagram at Doe Valley Academy, or Twitter. I do all bases because my kids are on all of them, and they post their pictures. So unless they can call me at 855-434-2834, as well as we actually have a virtual office right now, which is at 1350 Scenic Highway, Suite 266. So they can be able to go inside and actually pick up an application if they would like. All they have to do is ask the receptionist that, and she'll give them to them. So with the new upcoming school year, honestly, I recommend that everybody does it online, just so they don't have to go inside of the office to pick up an application. And like I said, they can, any platform, they can hit Doe Valley Academy. They can find us anywhere, honestly, and we'll come right up and we'll just go through the process. And like I said, each child is different, so we do assessments first, just so we know that we can help you in any situation. So it's just like, make sure that you do take the steps out to know what you want your child to be tutored in. You want to know how many days a week you want your child to do it. More days, better discounts. At the same time, be mindful this is your child's education, and we do appreciate your business because honestly, subconsciously, we mold the kids. And parents, I actually love my parents for actually allowing me to mold their kids into respective people. And understand, like, just because they're getting tutored doesn't mean they don't have any other life skills like yoga, golf, or anything else like that, because we offer that as well.
Really?
Oh.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Do you work with special ed kids? Do you work with kids that may have an IEP? So they need to catch up.
And that's why we
with
do the
everyone else?
assessment, so we
Okay.
know what the kids are, so we know if we need a special instructor in that area, because we don't want our kids to feel like they're left out just because they need extra assistance, because that's what tutoring is, extra
Right.
assistance. So
Right.
there's no, I can't say there's any barriers, it's just the fact that we need to know what your child need is so we can accommodate that. If we can't accommodate that, we'll outsource, and then we'll just get you done that way, but your child will still be comfortable with Doe Valley.
Okay. Well, I guess I have another question.
Yes.
For the ones that's maybe not on social media, they are not following Living in Your Purpose, are you going to the schools
So
to let them know?
See, you like to let the hat out. Oh, wow. You just did it. So this, with the upcoming school year, we know that everything's now going virtual, if
Yes.
it's digital learning, as they would say. And with parents having jobs, not everybody's a stay-at-home parent, so it's now a switcheroo, as we would say. So it's now a new norm. So with having a new norm, we are doing, like I said, Skype, and we're also trying to accommodate as many people as we can. So we're trying to go through the school district now to partner with the school district so that we can be a hub for the parents and the teachers. So versus going to the school and not getting your questions answered, we're trying to be a hub so that you can come to us, and we're just like an IOP teacher. I'm here to help you. What else do
Okay.
you need? It's like question and answers. We're here.
So you will speak to the teacher about the curriculum.
Correct. We'll
that
have the
they're
whole
teaching.
curriculum for each county.
Okay, okay. So, I guess we would compare Doe Valley Academy
Two.
somewhat to, and this is actually someone high that I highly respect, so,
Yes.
Dr. Khan.
And I respect that all the way. Because most of my things after just reading about, because when you opening something like how she said UT University, I read a lot. So even when we're in the car with them, when we're coming from school, they have to do 20 minutes of reading. So we do the car ride for reading because I read. So it's, like I said, there's everything that you do, they do. So
Okay.
with Dr. Khan, I learned so much. It took me honestly 9 months to actually understand their whole business.
Okay.
Because when I say top notch is understatement, is just the fact of the flow of the whole company.
Oh, yeah.
Is wonderful. I can't say compare, but I will also say that we're getting there.
Then that's awesome. Because
We're getting
they
there.
are, so to be able to be on that plateau
Yes.
with them, that's an awesome thing.
Yes.
I like that. I like that. Our children need the best. They need the best. They really do.
They do.
Okay, you know what? We're going to do a little switch around. We're going to talk about some current events, what's
Yes.
going on in our community, what's going on, different communities in the world. I want to know from you guys and how you feel with the protesting. Peaceful protesting, yes. And thank God for Congressman John Lewis, who actually always talked about peaceful protesting. I mean, almost lost his life. So, sir, rest in heaven. We really thank you for your works. But the non-peaceful protesting, where it becomes looting, where it becomes violent, where you're just breaking the law. Do you feel that's purpose-driven?
There are pros and cons to it. So I feel like it's purpose-driven. Yes, we've been, I feel like, as they would say, oppressed for so long. When it's time to retaliate, what do you expect? what do you expect? You've been taking from me for so long. Now that I'm retaliating in a way that you now understand, it's a problem. So I feel like with peaceful protesting, yes. The anger, I do feel like it can be directed in a different way, but you cannot subject a person to where their anger lies, because that's how they're going to relinquish it, honestly.
Okay. Well, Michelle, I have a different question for you.
Oh, I wanted to answer that one.
Since their anger, because you know what? The word says sin, you can sin, anger, but sin not. So, yes, you're angry.
But
You're angry.
angry.
You're feeling used
Upset.
and abused.
Right.
And then you're breaking the law because you're angry.
But who is the law for?
Well, we live here, so of course we're supposed to obey the laws of the land in which we live.
Right.
And we know sometimes, it's a little, one law for this person and one law for that person. However, with living with God in you and purpose living and still trying to do the right thing, I want you to tell me, is it necessary?
Ooh,
Absolutely.
I got one for that one too.
Absolutely.
Why?
We don't. Let me engage Shelby for a moment.
Okay.
Because this is education. There are a lot of things that our children are not taught in school, in the traditional school setting. You have to do your research.
Yes.
Not one thing changed in this country by peaceful protesting. The difference is,
I got to stop you right there. You can't say that.
what changed?
Peaceful protesting is what caused us to be able to vote in 1965.
That we speaking of Bloody Selma, Bloody Sunday.
Yes, ma'am. And if those events wouldn't have happened, that wouldn't have caused LBJ, or what is it? Yeah, LBJ to actually go ahead and write it into law and allow us to be able to vote in 1965.
You know what happened? You know what Bloody Sunday is? There were.
I'm telling you history.
No, I get that.
I'm telling
I
you
just
dates.
don't, and I can appreciate it. But being that I'm kind of in the go-between between the generation
And I was
coming
going
up
to say that.
and
Yeah.
the generation before us, the difference is now this generation
Ain't playing that.
don't care. This generation, myself included, were raised by parents that were in the working class. We were latchkey kids. This generation coming up is latchkey. They're latchkey kids. We try to lay the foundation, but this generation, these young men and young women, these strong young men and young women, they see what their parents went through. They hear stories of what their grandparents went through, and they're not having it. I don't agree with, and I want to make sure that I say this where I'm being sensitive. I don't agree with the technique, but I understand the process. If we take a look at, say, let's go back to when Jay-Z had the movement about the no frisk, stop and frisk. Young black men.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
We have to go to break.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? Do you have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Hi, I'm Michael Collier, funniest man on the planet, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network. Stay tuned, because that's how they do it over here. Big time party. All right, see y'all later. Bye.
Welcome back to Living in Our Future. Living in my future, Lord.
Yes,
you are. Living in my purpose, living in our purpose with Dr. Pat. We're going back over here with Miss Michelle because we're talking about, is it necessary for the type of protesting that's going on? And I wanted to ask her, because, you know, she feels she's pro-black, and she feels that our younger people, they are tired. And I understand them being tired, but just in the same token, you're giving them the opportunity to be able to use martial law, to be able to use executive order, to do some things that they've been wanting to do all along.
Right.
Now, martial law says, you know what, I can just pick you up and detain you. Executive order says, hey, I don't know if you from here or not. I don't know. And throw you in a concentration camp. They're already doing it with the Mexicans. Now, you know they want to do that for us because they have nowhere to send us because we're born right here. So
on stolen land.
They're going to be the first ones that's thrown into concentration camps.
Okay.
And that's not a good situation.
You know what else is not a good situation? Somebody called my mom, I can't breathe. Watching a black man being murdered in the street. The difference between back when the civil rights marches started and here is phones. Those cameras are rolling, and every time somebody sees something that's not going well, they pull out that camera.
But even within the cameras rolling, there's no
still
justice.
not getting no justice.
So I don't really see.
And you're not going to get any justice, and I say this all the time. We want justice, we want equality without repentance.
No, I don't want equality.
No, we want this without repentance. We were brought here as a punishment for whoring after other gods. Genesis chapter 15:13. So until we repent to the God of Israel, the God that made us, and ask him to forgive us for everything that we've done, then he'll give us the desires of our heart. He'll give us justice. He'll give us equality.
Right.
But not until. Nothing is done without his authorization, ever. You think God don't see what's going on? You think his eyes are closed? No, they're not closed.
He probably tired
But sometimes,
I have a question for you, Dr.
go
Pat.
ahead.
We were brought here by force.
For a reason. Everything is done for a reason.
Okay.
That's purpose.
Okay. So, why do we have to repent?
Because God told Abraham his seed was going to be a stranger in a land that is not his, and that he's going to be treated evil for over 400 years.
Okay.
And it was because of what the children of Israel did. So that's why you have to open your Bible. You have to know the word and know where we are in the word. The Bible will tell you, and it's a base for everything. But you can still be angry and sin not. I still say that. So that's still my question. Shelby,
yes.
is it necessary?
For extreme force or
Yes.
for, I don't feel like,
For the looting, for destroying property.
I'm gonna say this to just bring a brighter note. I don't feel like protesting is necessary when we have so many positive things going on, like the 100-man march in South Carolina.
Right.
There's so many positive things going on that to focus only on protesting, to me, would be absurd, because my kids don't, my kids are not of that age. And the reason why I say that is because why introduce something that you know is not correct and then have to correct it? Doesn't make sense.
I agree with that as well.
So for me to say use extreme force, no. Like you said, peaceful protesting is fine. Like they said, silence is the best argument.
You know what? I think we need to have a round table.
Yes.
A round table. And
here.
you know what?
Boy.
We're gonna call it
I'm tired.
purposeful consciousness.
Right.
And we're gonna bring some young people on. We're gonna do all ages. And you know what? I think that would be great to talk about this.
Right, because like she said earlier, we don't talk about things in the Black community, or because like she said, generational curses is like, don't talk about, my favorite line, and I love this line, don't talk about what goes on in my house outside of my house. But when a child is uncomfortable, tell Miss Shelby.
Right.
That's my problem.
Right.
Because I want you to feel secure where you are. So that's why I said, like, when they have these stipulations, it's because it's, like I said, it's something that is taught, not something that was learned. Like you said,
Right.
everything comes down. It trickles down to the last person.
Exactly.
That's not something I'm looking forward to. Peaceful
And that's
protesting,
what I'm talking
yes.
about. I mean, how can we turn their anger into something positive?
I'm angry.
But that's the thing. If someone is that
You're
angry
angry?
within
I'm
themselves,
Because I am the only girl in my entire generation. I
Okay.
have 3 brothers and 7 cousins. They're all boys.
Okay.
I see my brother in George Floyd. I see my brother in Alton Sterling. I see my brother in Tamir Rice. I see my brother in so many others. I see myself in Sandra Bland. To punish me for something that I didn't do, but because I reacted the way that I reacted, you cannot control my reaction. You are
I agree.
Our cousins, our brothers and sisters are being slain in the street. So however you need to get somebody's attention at this point, we've dealt with slavery. We've dealt with being persecuted because of the color of our skin. As a darker female, I've dealt with colorism. I've dealt with a lot. Being quiet very rarely gets anything done. Sometimes you have to hit people where it matters, and that's in their pocket.
Okay. Do you honestly think this is going to help the
I think
situation?
it's helped a lot.
Or it's going to hinder?
I think it has helped a lot, and I want to give a huge thank you to the men and women that are out there protesting. I personally cannot protest. I personally will not protest, not in the streets. I protest in a different way. I take my money and I move it. I can patronize any business, and anybody that knows me know I spend money like water. Oh, you support what's going on? Hey, does anybody know anybody black that mow lawns? Does anybody know anybody black that does this? Can we get a barter system going?
But that's why you guys are on my show now.
But that's what I'm saying,
I believe in black business.
And then like how she said too, that's peaceful protesting. Prime example, you didn't go out and say, oh, I'm not doing Wendy's anymore. You did peacefully by saying, hey, do you cut grasses? Do you do this? Like doing, so it's just like, you're not basically doing, how can I be, being angry. You're doing your anger in a different way.
But I'm controlling I am using my anger, and I am filtering that into my dollars. And that's what I was trying to tell you. With the protesting, diluting it, I personally don't agree with you destroying anybody's property. But when I tell you most of these major businesses are not losing any money, they filed insurance.
But in Atlanta, it wasn't all major businesses.
It wasn't.
It was mom and pop black people businesses.
And I know several business owners that said burn that building to the ground because brick and mortar cannot make up for a beating heart. Burn it to the, if I owned a storefront, if Shea by Shell was in the storefront and there was a peaceful protest going on, number one, my insurance is intact. I am going to get it back. If you feel like you need to blow this one up to get some attention, then do it, because we have silently done.
You don't want to put your neighborhood, even your fellow community people at harm, even with blowing something up.
But it's not in our community, though.
Which is understood, but at the same time, you don't want anyone, because no matter black or white, you still want someone to patronize you regardless of who they are.
I don't. This is something that I feel so strongly about. There are a lot of things that I do that's not branded. If our views and our ideals don't align, what am I doing business with you for? I appreciate the inquiry, but I think there's another company that'll be better suited. I have a friend in South Portland. Hold on a second. South Portland. We've never met in person. She knows who she is. She sent me a message and said, I need to order XYZ for some ladies in Atlanta. I pack the order up, I get it together. I sent her a message and said, now this is a white woman. We may not see eye to eye on the same thing because nobody outside of the black community knows exactly what we're going through unless we tell them. But when I tell you, I explain to her, the one thing that you can do is you can filter your money into a black business and make other black people happy. And she said, oh, I didn't know if you would get that message, and I got it. She could have gone anywhere else.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But
the fact that you had and she's not even the same color as you.
She's not.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. The fact that you patronize everyone. You see what I'm saying? So to be a peaceful protest, no matter what it is, and like you said, you had insurance in your building, you don't want anybody to harm themselves, no matter who it may be. Because at the end of the day, that's still your business.
It is.
It's still going to backtrack and hurt because you got to now start all over again.
If it saves one black man or one black woman or one black child's life, burn it to the ground.
Y'all babies don't listen to this?
Yes, don't. This is an adult speaking.
Guys, just before, we're nearing the end, and I have some of the students here from Doe Valley Academy. They've been sitting over there, watching, learning, pupils. This is our future. They're living in their purpose. They're being groomed for greatness. They're being groomed to rule. So, with that being said, we're ending our show. I thank you guys for watching. I thank you, Miss Michelle. I thank you, Shelby. And I'll see you next week. Be blessed.
Thank you.
You're so awesome.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.